Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite graphic design program called Canva. Canva is like a super powerhouse for creating graphics, but super easy at the same time. So I used to spend hours working in Photoshop to get the right graphic, and now I can knock it out in minutes with just Canva. Super awesome. So the first thing you want to do to get started is you want to log on or create an account in Canva. If you don't have an account, you can create one, and it's awesome and it's super free. That's right. I've never paid a dime for Canva, and I've been using it for a while to create a multitude of graphics that you'll see probably when I log in. So I use my Gmail. I'd advise, when you have people sign up for Canva, sign up using their Gmail. So I'm going to go ahead and log in because Canva remembers me. It says, hello, Jerome. Gives me a little smiley face. Makes me happy. All right. So when you log in to Canva, you might not have all these designs down here because these are designs I've made. But what you will see is this up here and this over here. This right here is your number one concern, and I'm actually going to click the plus sign to show me more. These are the different types of designs you can make. Social media posts, documents, blogging, ebook covers and designs for it, marketing materials, social media, email headers, especially for those of you who create Facebook and Twitter posts, events, postcards, ads. It's a lot of different ones. So, or you can use your own custom dimensions and put in the size of the graphic you want to create. Usually I do all mine in poster because it translates into letter pretty well. And if I ever need it bigger for our poster machine, it doesn't get pixelated. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this to begin. So once you click that to begin, you'll be faced with this screen. So on here, you have search, and I'm going to go up to search. You can put in something you want to search for, like apples. And if I search apple, it's going to give me a bunch of graphics for apples. Now, some of them are free to use, and if I scroll far enough, some of them will ask you for $1 to use. You can distinguish between photos and illustrations. If I want to pick something else and say I want fish, it gives me fish. One thing I want to point out, it remembers your searches too, so I can scroll up and get back to my apples. We're going to go over here to layouts. So I can pick the layout I want. You can search through the layouts, and Canva's going to say if you want to easily search through them, you need to upgrade your account, but I'm going to show you a hack later on. So let's just say I want to use this one. There's a bunch of pre-made ones already done for you. And you just kind of drag and drop and change what you want. So for my layouts, we're going to go to elements. It allows me to add different elements. I can select on photos, which is pretty much what I was doing in my search bar earlier. It just gives me random photos, free photos to use. Grids. Now the thing about grids is if I select a grid, it's going to change the entire layout of my, it's going to pop one right there over the entire um, canvas. And it's fine if you're starting off. You have another option to do frames. Frames is like grids, except it doesn't take up your whole thing. So you can put frames inside of a grid, which is pretty awesome. It keeps the photos together. Besides frames, we have shapes. It's a multitude of shapes. I use shapes a lot, especially when I do my certificates. There's lines, there's illustrations, icons. Icons are pretty cool. I don't use them that much, but you have icons. For class, we use these a lot, charts and graphs. So my math teacher uses the charts and graphs in Canva all the time. Once I showed her that, she was just like, oh my gosh. And then there's the Canva branding for loving Canva, a bunch of different Canva graphics. All right, once we get our layout that we like, we will select our text, and I'm going to get rid of this text just for now, I'm going to click delete, but also the delete key works perfectly. So if you look on the side, when I select text, I can add a heading, subheading, or body text. I don't want to do that. I want to add my own. So if you notice over here, Canva already has different fonts that seem to go together, different styles too. Let's say I want for mine, I want Employer of the Month certificate. I can drag that over here and plop that right in. And the cool thing about this drag and drop thing is I can also stretch it out to fit. So I can also, once I get it where I want, I'm running a little laggy. If you notice as I move it around, it has the little bars to line it up. Pretty cool. I can click on it and change the text still. If I want to change the text, I can change the font size. They have pre-numbers, but you can also type in the numbers that you want to. So if I wanted my to go from 60 to, let's say, 55, I can type in 55. That's a 1. Get my font at 55 if I like. Also, all the other elements you can move and change. A cool thing is, I want to change the color to blue. It gives you an option down here. I can change them all to blue. Saves a whole lot of time. Cool. We have our background down here. We select this, we can get different backgrounds. So if I want you to look at the text, depending on the background you choose, the text will change to match what it thinks the background should be. So how it went from black to white. Just a little thing to keep in mind. Also, there is up here, there is an undo if you mess up and a redo if you want to go back. Also, Control Z and Control Y just works just as well. If you notice over here it says resize, I can't resize unless I upgrade, and I'm not upgrading, so I'm cheap. And then there's the file button, and that's just to redesign. You can save and make a copy. I make copies of my things and reuse them all the time. So over here, this is where you'll name your title. You can share it with other people, which we do at our school a lot. We share a lot of posters, and I actually show some which are being worked on probably right now, in the middle of the night. But if they create a Gmail account, you can share it with them and work together in real time. Me and the ag teacher, math teachers work together with that too. Also, students, they can work on their own device, whether it be their phone, the iPad, or computer, and they can actually work on graphics together. Especially if each of them, the math teacher gives each of them a quadrant to work on as a group project, and they give them, you know, 10 minutes to work on the project, and each of them have their own quadrant to present. It's kind of cool. Then we have download. We can download it. You can download it as a PDF, PNG, or JPEG. If you're going to use some clear stuff, PNG is awesome. I usually do JPEG. You can order prints or make public for the world to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are pretty much the basics of Canva. We also have our uploads. So if you want to, I didn't show that. If you want to drag a picture into Canva, oh, I'm going to take a chance and drag something in here. I don't know what this is. Okay. Actually, this is something I use for with another teacher. So, if I want to use my own picture, I drag it to the uploads. It automatically uploads this thing when it finishes. You can drag it on here. So I'm actually going to discuss this since I dragged it up here. I know I'm pushing 10 minutes. You guys bear with me. So this here is a graphic that we use in class and the teacher used for their writing prompt. So it's a picture of a guy with a, a Nazi flag, and the Jewish people are watching, and it says, artist note, of course, this is fictitious scene, whatever. Um, Asking the guy's asking about his opinion about the flag. Our history teachers use a lot of political cartoons in the hub. They use Canva to put the wording in that they want. They'll add graphics in below at the bottom. They'll tell the students what they want to do. They'll size the graphic up and make it perfect for the hub. Um, that was the way to get my social studies teachers to buy in. My goal was to get 100% of the buy in. If I can get the science teachers, I'll be perfect. All right, when you finish, you download. So I'll actually show you guys some of my designs. If I click the Canva up here, it'll go over to my designs. I will include you guys a link with some of my favorite ones. With the free account, you get 2 folders. I'm going to go to my Booker T. Washington things. These are just some of the posters I created. One of my favorite is this Reed poster. It's Thunder and Lightning here. Of our principal. This was a demonstration to show him. We're making them of all the teachers. The pictures are already taken. It's got to be made. Um, this is one of my favorites for our reading club. We had a urban fiction book club. This is the ag teachers. We worked on this together for the writing club. It's their poster. So I promised 2 hacks. The first one is if you want to get to the templates, you can go canva.com/templates, and then you can actually, where they charge you for templates, you can get in and see all of their templates for free. It's like a hack I found out one late night. I was looking for a certificate. And if I wanted to do an attendance certificate, and I was doing certificates for my library workers, and they gave me all of these certificates. I was so happy. Um, but yeah, these are some of the certificates you can use. Now, in closing, I use Canva for a lot. I use it for posters, for the wall, for teachers. I use it for my newsletter. I use it for labels. They have their own label thing. It's so cool. I put labels on everything. Certificates, book covers, charts and graphs, infographics, magazines, photo collages, Venn diagrams. It's a whole lot you can do. And I'll include a link to some of my favorite designs. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.